Marion Bowen is my grandfather. He is an amazing man, and it has been a true honor to have him in such an important part of my life and to have called him my papa. He's an accomplished person who worked his way through NC State by waking up extremely early and putting coal in the schoolhouse furnaces from 1938 to 1941, where he received a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture and Soil Conservation. And after he graduated, he got a job with the U.S. Department of Agriculture working on the Soil Conservation Act. And from there, he joined the Army and he worked on the Manhattan Project, which was a huge deal at the time, and it's still such an important part of our history because he worked directly under Robert Oppenheimer, who was the lead scientist on the atomic bomb. He actually ordered all the supplies for him, and he got promoted to Master Sergeant in only 3.5 years, which is basically unheard of in such a short amount of time. But my papa was so dedicated and he was so good at everything that he did. Nobody was surprised that he received that so early on in his duties to serve our country. He then was asked to re-enlist after 4 years, but he decided that he needed to be home with his wife and his new daughter, my mom. So he went home to Pender County, where they built a house on the Cape Fear River. And my papa loved nature. Everybody knew that about him. He was always promoting conservation, and he would get his neighbors together and they would promote the Clean Water Act, and they would clean up the river. And I just remember going to their house at a young age and just running through blueberry fields and strawberry fields because he just had so much land that everywhere you looked there was a different fruit or vegetable growing. And my papa worked with American Foods for until he was 80 years old. And it's amazing to watch somebody do something that they love for that amount of time. And what he would do is he would promote farmers and teach them how to get nutrient-rich soil so that they could grow the best crops that was possible. And he would ship their product worldwide, and he was extremely successful. And he retired when he was 82, and he still kept growing foods and would still ship blueberries and strawberries worldwide. They were so good. And when I think of a word that comes to mind to describe my papa, I would think of compassion. He was such a compassionate man. He would give anybody he met the shirt off of his back. He never raised his voice. Even if he was having a bad day, you would not be able to tell because he always kept a smile on his face. And he never showed anger. If somebody needed money, he was there. He would help you, even if he'd only known you for 2 days. And he was the best person to go get advice from. He loved jokes, and he always said, a person who doesn't have humor in their life must be a miserable soul. And I'm so honored to have been told advice like that, and because I feel like I have humor because of him. I learned it at a young age because he was always joking around with me, and everybody that knows him knows that he loved to laugh. And he was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 82, and he was given 3.5 months to live. And he looked at those doctors and he said, I don't think so. I feel just as good today as I've felt any day in my life, and I'm going to stick around for a while. I have more time left on this earth. And that was just a true statement to my papa's character because he was such the optimist. He never looked at the glass half empty. So he went about his ways after that diagnosis, and he lasted 4 years. And the doctors were just in so much awe of his optimism and the way that he handled his illness. And you know, he's been such a great influence on me and everybody around him. He always said, live your life to the fullest. You have to try everything because you never know what you're going to miss if you don't try it out. And it has been a true honor to have known him. He passed away when he was 86, surrounded by a loving family and friends, and his memory will live on forever through his family, and it's been a real honor to have had him in my life. Thank you.